Reporting from League City, Brooke Williamson. That woman was leaving this Wells Fargo parking lot when she realized that she was being followed. He allegedly attacked a 68-year-old woman in front of her own apartment. Doctors say they see numerous patients come in with football-related injuries to their head. The baby is making a great recovery in the hospital and is being called Baby Williams. Police found the victim inside this home, bloody and beaten. I'm Brooke Williamson. If you feel you are being followed or threatened to pull into a police station or call 911, HIAC will further discuss where the students of Dodson Elementary will be sent. Helmets are being tested more each year. Granted Child Protective Services temporary custody over a baby boy who was found abandoned in a dumpster. Police have released the sketch of a man they need your help finding. Fernandez is being held in the Harris County Jail on a $150,000 bond. Luckily, the crooks were arrested before they had the chance to steal anything. The child was found yesterday, just hours after he was born, but Hardy says if he does come back around, this time she'll be prepared. And members of the community showing up to fight for their schools, not all of them left here happy. Brooke Williamson, KPRC Local 2. Texas is known as the football state, and here at Texas Children's Hospital, doctors say they see numerous students come in with football-related injuries to their head. It starts with a blow to the head or a sudden wrong movement, then come the headaches and nausea along with other possibly worse symptoms. In high-impact sports, they're common, but head injuries like concussions can be serious with major long-term consequences. Local 2 sat down with Dr. Jorge Gomez from the Texas Children's Hospital Sports Medicine Clinic to ask him more about the common complications of head injuries.
Certainly, if a youngster has more than one concussion, increases the likelihood that they could go on to have learning difficulties in school, later on have difficulty concentrating, for example, at a job, and even possibly lead to early dementia.
Dr. Gomez says during football season, he sees more concussion patients come in at almost 3 to 4 new patients per week. When a new patient comes in, the doctors use software to determine in detail how well the various functions of the brain are working. Head injury treatment is fairly simple, but the biggest mistake some people make is not telling anyone they're having symptoms, because this can lead to serious problems, including death.
Unfortunately, the only real treatment we have for concussions is rest. And so our job basically is to make sure that he hasn't sustained a more serious injury, and then just kind of follow him through his recovery, making sure that he doesn't do any physical activity, that he gets as much sleep as possible, and that he refrains from using his brain any more than he has to, something we call brain rest.
Of course, there are plenty of preventative measures you can take when playing high-impact sports, like finding a good helmet. From Pee-wee to professional football, there are certain safety standards that helmets must meet. But how do you know what makes a high-quality helmet?
Helmets are really designed to prevent major injury to the brain, specifically bleeding types of injuries. And so they're tested basically against impact to see if the shell of the helmet cracks, to see how well they absorb a direct impact.
Ratings are another helpful way to determine quality, but Gomez says the best safety measure is just to always get the best equipment that you can afford. Helmets are being tested more each year, and the safety standards are being improved. Reporting from Houston, Brooke Williamson, KPRC Local 2. February dealt us a cold hand this year with several ice storms and snowstorms across the country. Today, the South Korean Coast Guard started using an underwater drone to try and speed up its search for missing passengers. As the devices get more popular and more controversial, the FDA wants to clear the air about possible regulation. That woman was leaving this Wells Fargo parking lot when she realized that she was being followed. Luckily, the crooks were arrested before they had the chance to steal anything. Local 2 has warned you about it before, an act commonly known as jugging. Criminals follow customers as they leave the bank and rob them there or wait to break into their car later. Though it has been around for decades, it is happening more all over Houston.
I'm really surprised, very surprised in this neighborhood.
Customers like Stacy Johns are nervous after a woman was followed by 2 men from the Wells Fargo parking lot at Kirby and Bissonnette yesterday around noon.
Being followed kind of scares me a little bit. Yeah, no, I'm going to definitely be a lot more aware, for sure.
Police say the woman noticed the 2 suspicious men following her, so she called 911 and drove to the West University Police Station. The men continued to follow her into the station parking lot, where they were soon arrested after burglary tools were found in their car.
There's what's commonly known as a window punch, which is a spring-loaded spike, basically. It's just an easy way to break a window. And also a screwdriver and some baseball gloves that were manipulated.
27-year-old Cyrus Ray McCarn and 25-year-old Cedric Henderson were charged with possession of criminal instruments and are being held in the Harris County Jail. Police do not yet know if they are connected to other jugging cases, but say it is definitely possible.
It's difficult just to jump out and do this as your first attempt at a crime. it's something that you need to kind of do.
Police say to stay aware of your surroundings and that if you feel you are being followed or threatened, to pull into a police station or call 911. Reporting in Southwest Houston, Brooke Williamson, KPRC Local 2. Tonight, police are investigating a scene where a woman was found dead in a Southwest Houston nightclub. And we'll also inform you about the latest crime trend, jugging. Alexis, Taylor, and Jessica will see you at 10. Police found that victim inside this home, bloody and beaten. Investigators say the husband, Felipe Fernandez, ran to his neighbor's house with an ominous message. The victim is identified as 32-year-old Katrina Gonzalez. Cause of death has not been determined, but investigators say there are signs of blunt force trauma. Her husband is being charged with her murder, and neighbors are stunned.
It's just shocking, just crazy.
Neighbors tell Local 2 the couple ran a daycare out of the home and were often seen outside playing with their 2 elementary-age children.
Occasionally see them, wave, good morning, good afternoon, how you doing, that kind of thing, but very to themselves. Investigators say a neighbor, an off-duty police officer, first called them to the area of Driftwood and Oakwood around 2 Saturday afternoon after Fernandez had shown up saying something was wrong with his wife. Put 2 and 2 together. I mean, it's bloody hands, dead wife on the floor. I mean, it's pretty obvious what happened. Neighbors say the couple was splitting up and Gonzalez was getting ready to move out of the house.
There was a divorce going on and she was kind of wanting to leave, and I don't think he could take it.
Currently, Fernandez is being held in the Harris County Jail on a $150,000 bond. Reporting from League City, Brooke Williamson, KPRC Local 2.